haven't seen a new Nexopia. Avenged Sevenfold. Let's go! How you feeling today? You hungover? Fuck, that's loud. Why is it so loud? Yeah, that's a problem, I think.
Saturday.
If I was drinking, I'd be gone forever.
Wildfires are decimating Hawaii. The Barbenheimer phenomenon is in full force. And over in an unassuming corner of cyberspace, someone creates a YouTube channel with an urgent call to action.
This matter is of utmost significance for the survival of every being on this planet.
He's cooked.
It's called the Earth Save Science Collaborative, and it's hosted by a man named Aegon Shellakian. On his channel, we can find over 180 videos of this man warning people about global issues like climate change, nanoplastics, and disinformation campaigns. Admittedly, while these are all issues that are plaguing the world, the way Aegon is framing them is a bit odd. In every single one of his videos, he sits in front of a camera dressed in a suit, goes on about his various accolades, and spends anywhere from around 30 minutes to 3.5 hours fear-mongering about things like geophysical anomalies inside the Earth's core that, upon doing further research, appear to have little to no basis in scientific fact.
I'm back to work Saturday.
According to Aegon,
so one more day
if humanity doesn't unite to solve this global threat, then the end of the world is quite literally just a few years away. On his website, earthsavesciencecollaborative.com, we can find a section that gives us insight into
Feels
its
like
cause.
I just slept the whole
at a
4
cursory
days though,
glance,
right?
we can notice
Yeah,
a plethora of colorful phrasing formatted in bold for dramatic effect. Aegon claims that there are alarming anomalies. There's a chaotic acceleration.
Emotional damage!
Humanity only has a few years to avert an impending catastrophe. And upon taking a look at their scientific papers, he makes bizarre claims about an external and unknown cosmic force that's causing all of this. Now, to me, this entire movement comes off as conspiratorial. Aegon, in my opinion, consistently instills urgency in the reader, distorts science-backed evidence to fit his narrative, and given that he appears to be someone so ingrained in academia and the government, is feigning credibility while banking on the hope that you won't ever verify his claims. But okay. So we found a channel on YouTube with a random old guy that uploads crazy videos about an impending calamity that could happen in as little as years. Why exactly are we giving this guy attention? And what truly is the big deal here? Well, while in any other circumstance I would have moved on before this video even started, there was one simple thing that kept me here. His hands.
What about his hands?
Online, people have noticed that in certain videos,
doesn't move them?
Aegon doesn't move. And while it's such a simple, silly observation, it's effectively morphed what was supposed to be just a random internet anomaly into one of the strangest and most perplexing internet rabbit holes that I have ever seen.
Oh shit. We're locked in.
We'll return after these messages.
Alright, guys. Government AI generated fake YouTubers are now a thing.
This is 2 years old.
Super scary. Hi guys. Recently I found a video on YouTube about Destiny doing some research and some weird things, and one thing caught my attention. This dude named Aegon Shellakian is supposed to be a person with a lot of influence in the US government, but he never existed, and everything about him is just odd or weird in some way.
What do you mean he
has
never
a YouTube
existed?
channel in which he only speaks directly to a camera, speaks a bunch of nonsense about geopolitical stuff, and does not move.
What do you mean never
I'm being
existed?
serious. This guy sits for 3 hours without moving his hands.
Maybe he's just... I don't know.
All
Maybe
across the internet, we can find him.
I'm a little confused what they mean by never existed. Are all those
LinkedIn,
photos of him
Facebook,
on...
Research archives, and photographed with countless major public figures and governments and academia.
All of those faked?
Aegon, according to his Facebook and LinkedIn profiles, carries a highly decorated resume, having studied at numerous prestigious institutions like Harvard, MIT, and Stanford. And while this looks impressive, he notes that he somehow attended these universities at the exact same time. Now, as we know, anyone can put anything on a LinkedIn profile, and given that his accolades are so incredibly out there, it's possible that some, if not all of his social media claims are bogus. On top of this, if we perform a search for Aegon Shellakian on the internet, we'll find that hardly any of his actual research comes up. For someone so ingrained, so well networked, you would think that this man's work would be everywhere. But aside from his own profiles, paid articles he himself submitted to the press, and videos from his YouTube channel, little, if anything, is out there.
So what?
It seems that all we have are a myriad of images depicting Aegon with public figures. However, upon looking at them closer, even these seem strangely uncanny.
I'm intrigued. Did someone really fake a YouTube channel and all these social media accounts just to fake a YouTube channel? Just to scare people?
Photographed with former CIA Director Stansfield Turner, but it looks... This one's with a Harvard colleague named Robert Merton, but what's going on here? Okay, but what about this one? This one looks normal.
What are we looking at?
But
I don't understand.
No. Hold on.
Oh shit. Okay. I see it. I see the vision. So someone went around faking this whole ass thing. Well, that's good, Dark. Happy you survived, buddy. That would have been unfortunate.
Aegon Shellakian has fabricated a massive network of images depicting endless aspects of his life that never happened. This is why he's garnered such an infamous reputation. The bizarre, nonsensical LinkedIn timeline, the unnatural ability to sit still for over 3 hours at a time while professing absolute nonsense, and the photos. His entire online presence rests in the uncanny valley. And given how proficient AI has become at spoofing entire personalities online, this left many across the internet wondering if this could be what's going on here. Is Aegon Shellakian, proficient researcher, world-renowned scientist, and highly decorated alumnus of numerous prestigious universities, even a real person? Or is this one of the most involved examples of the dead internet theory that we've ever seen?
What if I'm not actually real?
On Aegon's channel exists a documentary called The Impact, and in it, we can hear an AI George Washington calling the audience to action against a so-called foreign enemy. It goes on to fearmonger about impending civil war, so-called anti-cult organizations that oppose him, and it puts forth various potential scenarios
the fuck
about
was
the end
with
of the
that?
world.
I want to know what that was about.
For all intents and purposes, complete AI slop. And weirdest of all, it goes on for 8 entire hours.
Oh shit.
If
okay,
you
he's
click around
dedicated.
This video, you will learn nothing. It's just a bunch of random propaganda wrapped up in vernacular.
8 hours of AI garbage is actually crazy.
Surprisingly, this video has found an audience. Thank you to all that stood up to protect our Constitution and our rights. Yeah, by the way, it's so nice to see actual journalism for a change. You all didn't have the complete story. The rabbit hole goes much deeper. This is 8 hours long, and you're saying we don't have the complete story? What? So I'll just go forth and say it.
What?
I refuse to believe that anyone on planet Earth has had the willpower to sit down and attentively watch all 8 hours of this, much less consider it journalism. As we can see, these comments all come from those with randomized usernames, empty YouTube channels, not a single profile picture. It appears that the only ones here are bots, a revelation that does not help Aegon's case.
I mean, kind of makes sense. If he's fake, why wouldn't he have fake?
Going a little bit deeper, okay? In chat, somebody brings up a YouTube video of this guy.
Hello, my name is Aegon Shellakian. I am an intelligence educator. I prepare intelligence personnel for clandestine service. The focus of my career has been centered on the intelligence component of national.
As this mystery made its way across the internet thanks to a live stream by Destiny, it led many to scour for traces of him online. It quickly became clear that nearly all media involving Aegon Shellakian involved him speaking in front of a camera. His entire image was incredibly manicured, overproduced, and for a while, it seemed like there was nothing out there that could truly humanize him. But right when people were keen on throwing this entire mystery away as just another case of AI-generated nonsense, a random pandemic-era video depicting a Zoom call, of all things, found its way into the spotlight.
Awoo?
Hey there again.
How you doing?
Well, how about yourself?
Just peachy. I figured I'd step in early and just hang my hat.
Awesome.
Confused.
Fabulous. We have some people that are just kind of hanging out here. The judges are deliberating. The pitches took a little bit less time than we had planned for, since we had...
So he actually exists?
And so, there we have it. Aegon is just peachy. And he's a real person. Turns out that this guy pulled a Stephen McDaniel and somehow sat still for 3.5 hours, which is weird, but okay. So that's all this is then, right? A conspiracy theory YouTube channel run by an old man doctoring photos of himself and over-embellishing his achievements to make him seem more legitimate than he is. Someone who, admittedly, seems pretty nice according to this call. And someone who found himself ensnared in an online conspiracy about his very existence. Completely out of nowhere.
Sup, Luna and Maria, what's going on?
You know, the reason I do what I do is because of mysteries just like this. Creepy internet anomalies that we can investigate and solve with a logical conclusion. Aegon has fabricated an entire online persona, and admittedly, it was an engaging investigation. So, thank you guys so much.
No, there's fucking... There's like lots of video left.
Something is wrong. All throughout Aegon's comment section, we'll notice the same commenters spread out across his uploads. And upon taking a look,
Great friend of Creative Society.
What's going on with this?
Representatives of the Creative Society delivered a substantive presentation addressing one of the most pressing issues that has long been the subject of my research and concern for many years.
Weird, but okay. What the hell's the Creative Society?
What's it called? I'm calling it. Oh shit, a website.
Again. Okay, I'm not trying to be tinfoil hatty, but there are way too many oddities taking place with this channel. Every single comment supports Aegon. They seem to heavily lean Russian. They all connect in some way to something called Creative Society. And upon closer inspection, why is Aegon on their website? From what it seems, Aegon Shellakian isn't just a one-man show. It's a group. So who in the world are these people?
Is it the Russian Socialist Party?
Here's a typical morning routine as someone who owns 11 pets.
Okay, I've been making
What the fuck is this? Is this an ad?
Lately. Nescafe is helping me.
November 7th, 155 miles per hour winds just wiped out 80% of the city.
It is what all people want. We've been conducting a lot of surveys for several years.
No day without informing about Creative Society.
It is not some saintly cult. The Creative Society is all of humanity. And when I say all, it means all.
I'm confused. New game time? Where are you playing? Are they Russian?
Making its way onto every social media algorithm across the vast ocean of the internet is an idea. An idea that, on the surface, sounds idyllic, the sort of thing you'd hear in, let's say, a dream.
Is it a horror game?
The long-awaited arrival of a future we were promised, yet never came, and one that'll radically transform the lives of everyone that chooses to follow it. It goes by the Creative Society, and it's spilling out onto TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, really anywhere.
I really don't remember hearing about this.
Take a look around, and chances are
you'll
guys find it. Front and center on their website, we're greeted with oddly familiar dialogue. Today, as the global community faces an increasing threat of natural disasters, the pursuit of security and sustainability has become fundamental for everyone. This situation requires immediate and decisive collective action.
So like they're trying to save the world?
Like the
Yo, Thunder, what's up?
Collaborative. We're confronted with a conveyor belt of ideas, videos, and scientific reports that scaremonger about many of the same problems that Aegon told us about earlier. Nanoplastics, catastrophic earthquakes, an increase in turbulence in the Earth's atmosphere.
Just chilling.
It
What about you?
honestly
How are
sounds
you?
like a complete rehash of the exact same information. So much so that when I was digging through this, I found myself wondering why they even bothered creating another site at all. Upon heading over to their About page, we're given somewhat of an answer, as the site goes
Trying
from
to
a
process
retread of
the
familiar
information that I'm
to
getting.
something completely out of left field.
And I am confusion.
According to the wall of information before us, the Creative Society is more than just a bunch of scientists peddling dramatic theories about climate change. It's an international project uniting volunteers from over 180 countries, aka most of the world, with the goal of transitioning in a legal and peaceful way within the shortest possible time to a new creative format of society worldwide. Further down, they go on to reveal that their aims include eradicating climate change, which they believe is caused not by humans, but cosmic forces, as well as miraculously putting an end to
Thanks,
all
man. I
wars.
appreciate you, Thunder.
They guarantee that under this new system, all adults will receive a universal basic income
How?
every month and an extra $100,000
Oh.
upon the birth of their first child.
Oh, really?
Free healthcare will exist across the
Oh,
world.
really?
Travel without restrictions.
Oh, really?
The eradication of all debts, mortgages,
Oh,
and
okay.
taxes. And all of this can be achieved if we simply follow their lead and unite under the Creative Society.
Right, it's called. Uh-huh. I've been here before.
No, this clearly all sounds way too good to be true. Much like how Aegon came off, it feels completely outlandish and conspiratorial. To be honest, it feels like the Creative Society has more in common with something like a religion, or perhaps even.
My neighbor in my house, like, if I'm facing out the guy to my left, he is a cult leader. He has this cult called the Creative Society.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
Shocked.
What did they do?
They're like a doomsday,
Is that Sharon Osbourne?
kind of like they're a doomsday cult, but they're like eco-doomsday. So they think that we're in the end of
How'd I spot that?
humanity, and the only way to bring us out of it is like through their method of creativity.
Ah, okay.
The concept of a new world order. A list of 8 pillars that their values are based around. The weird Illuminati-looking logo. All of this is packaged exactly like a cult. And although it seems obvious in hindsight, if you had merely stumbled upon it when scrolling online, you likely wouldn't even second guess it.
No, I probably scrolled past it and I never even thought about it again.
You in with its lengthy, seemingly well-researched reports and videos on important topics, led by experts who look legitimate. And it promises of a perfect world where you can be free if only you spread their message. And somehow, it's actually working.
I mean, if it was going viral in 2014 or 2024,
depicting everyday people
holy shit.
posing with creative society paraphernalia. From what it seems, this group is utilizing their appearance to wiggle their way into various climate expos, US-based business conventions, and even medical offices. This, combined with their immensely aggressive social media presence, in which their videos are spammed on nearly every platform you can think of, gives insight into why so many around the world.
My question is, who is funding it?
Like with everything else, they carry the appearance of doing a net good for the world. However, as I sit here writing this, I am honestly more confused than ever.
Yeah, me too, bro. Yep.
Quite literally none of this makes any sense.
Nope, you lost me.
Honestly more confused than ever, because quite literally none of this makes any sense.
It does sound culty, but at the same time, it's like, who the fuck's funding it? Like, someone has to be paying these people to post these fucking videos. Or it's just one of those like multi-marketing things.
We've seen two interconnected climate activist groups that are very clearly peddling more than they've let on. Doing any sort of surface level research into any of them reveals that their claims are extraordinary. They distort science, fabricate their credibility, and even on the Creative Society's website, they go on about a utopian new world order. Either none of these people are doing any research into the organizations they're so outwardly supporting, or they are, and I'm just the crazy one that doesn't see their vision. To me, the entire existence and support of the Creative Society is one massive paradox. People should be writing them off. So what really is going on here? Upon scouring the net for any information about this group, I happened upon an article written in 2022 on BBC.com. Penned by two climate disinformation reporters named Marco Silva and Marilyn Thomas. They dive into, of all things, how the Creative Society is fraudulent. They explain how several high-profile scientists were, at one point, invited to speak at their online events, mistakenly believing that they'd be educating the public, only to have their words entirely twisted. They claim that video footage was edited to remove any mention of the human causes of climate change, instead framing them as if they agreed with the Creative Society's outlandish views.
Shit. Drama.
Since then, these fraudulent videos have been blasted across their socials, fueling propaganda and continuing to attract more and more of the general populace to their cause. It's clear that this toxic combination of distortion and dissemination is what's quietly...
So wait. They would invite like actual people that have like backing and make them say stuff, or not make them, I guess. They would like say stuff about climate control, but they would like edit it to make it seem like it was more towards what they've been saying.
My mind. Who exactly is behind all of this?
I need an answer.
On their website, the Creative Society simply states that there's no one person funding or directing them. It's all just this undulating network of volunteers banding together to change humanity. However, it's when we scour the BBC article when we'll find that that isn't exactly true.
Who the fuck is that?
Within it,
I've seen that guy.
Name drop a man, someone who's been affiliated with the Creative Society and shows up throughout the bulk of their online presence. In fact, it's a man who you've already seen several times throughout this video, hosting their conferences, introducing their YouTube videos, speaking on their network of over 200 channels across thousands of videos. He doesn't exactly hide himself, but he remains just distant and unfamiliar enough to the average person to not arouse suspicion and to coordinate things from behind the scenes.
It's crazy to think there's
His
just
name
like...
is Igor Danilov, formerly a chiropractor, now the leader of the Creative Society, and someone who's also listed as the leading figure in a Ukrainian spiritual movement, which... Hold on.
Holding?
Allatra is known for promoting pseudoscience and wild conspiracy theories involving aliens and secretive powerful elites that sacrifice children.
That took a turn? Oh fuck.
Okay, that is an
Locked in.
absolutely insane statement, but that name, we've seen that name before. Right under
Allatra?
our nose, a group has been operating. And upon digging into them further and cross-referencing them with the Earth Save Science Collaborative and the Creative Society, it's become clear to me that everything we've covered up to this point was nothing but a front, a funnel to the real core of this rabbit hole. Allatra.
What the fuck?
Hidden within every climate report and embedded in every viral video are endless references to something called Allatra, an organization which, as it turns out, has much deeper and more expansive roots than anything we've seen so far. They're the ones behind the Creative Society project, the ones paying Aegon Shellakian to lobby in the US government, the true puppet master behind this sprawling network of interconnected accounts that are quietly taking over the internet. While up to this point,
I guess if you spam enough, it will get out there, right?
Misinformation and outlandish ideas. What Allatra truly believes at their core is so far out there, so off the rails, that I struggle to comprehend how they've ever been taken seriously. According to the videos on their vast network of YouTube channels, they sincerely believe that humans are capable of telepathy and have conducted several experiments using a walk-in pyramid where volunteers transmit symbols with their minds in front of a live audience. They have videos showing members taking photographs of their thoughts, infographics about the soul coming from space, even podcast appearances where they talk about aliens living among us.
Considering the level of their development, the Apexians had already colonized millions and millions of planets by that time. And naturally, they had developed methods of working with humanoids like us, right? So they took the simplest option. They elevated themselves to the rank of God.
Right.
Naturally, on their website, they mention none of this, instead describing themselves with the familiar spiel we know all too well by now. Volunteers across 180 countries, nanoplastics, the usual. It's when we take a look at their About page, though, when we're able to spot something strange. Taking up nearly half of this page is a massive section about a supposed defamation campaign enacted upon Allatra by a group called the Russian Association of Centers for Religious and Sect Studies, or RACERS for short. Allatra claims that this group sought to tarnish its image by accusing them of believing in ideologies laid out in so-called fiction books that they once published. Furthermore, they go on to claim that they are absolutely not an apocalyptic cult and that all rhetoric supporting this is intentionally trying to discredit them.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
You know, it's funny they say that because we kind of already had an idea. If the alien beliefs and weird telepathic experiments weren't enough to give it away, then them outright claiming that they're not a cult, guys,
not a cult.
they're not a cult,
not a cult,
is a bit of a dead giveaway.
Not a cult.
I digress.
Even though they're the cult.
I did some digging into Allatra itself and stumbled
I swear I've heard of
this
information
about their early years. I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but even with everything we've seen them peddle so far, things still get stranger. In their early years, Allatra was born as nothing more than a publishing house, releasing novels penned by an author named Anastasia Novik.
Okay.
These books are highly spiritual and feature a being named Rigdon Japo, who's a sort of prophet for Allatra. Supposedly, he's been reincarnated. He can teleport, read minds, and displays numerous other superhuman abilities.
Okay, I get it. Understood.
Exactly the kind that they're trying to replicate in the pyramid videos. In essence, he's their version of Jesus, and
so are
the
they
books even read like
just trying to find
texts
Jesus?
Containing conversations between Japo and Novik, where he relays the word of their god, a disembodied voice named Allatra, to the reader. The most interesting part about Japo, though, has nothing to do with his supernatural behavior.
I'm guessing that she opened her own publishing because no one else would publish it.
He's introduced in his earthly form as a martial arts teacher, and well, would you look at that? a chiropractor. His students call him sensei, but on more than one occasion, he is directly referred to by the name Igor Mikhailovich.
When were those books published?
While Allatra may have passed these books off as mere works of fiction, the inclusion of Igor Danilov is very real. This man, to this day, is convincing thousands to follow him. He professes the ideas baked into these novels in his troves of YouTube videos and on every Allatra website, and he convinces humans that they're capable of doing things that are physically impossible. At this point, we've transcended the realm of pseudoscience and societal manipulation, because this man, Igor Danilov, is trying to be a prophet. A warped, twisted, and disturbed prophet, leveraging his power behind the scenes to not only control people, but to enact some of the most disgusting acts imaginable.
Oh, here we go. I mean, we've been here, but holy fuck. About that craziness is about to start. Girls are in constant fear, therefore are not very in control of what they say. And of course you can't tell anyone anything.
Добрый вечер. Я очень благодарна, что вы вышли со мной на связь. Я понимаю, что время у нас довольно ограничено, поэтому давайте пройдемся по тем вопросам, которые бы хотелось, ответы на которые хотелось бы общественности показать.
The video you're currently watching is an interview between a Russian journalist named Elena Namlieva and one of Igor Danilov's former so-called heavenly birds. In fear of retaliation, her identity has been concealed. However, the information she provides gives us an eerie look into his other ventures. In this interview, the woman explains that Igor, joined by other cult members, would regularly partake in group intercourse with upwards of 13 women at a time. These women, as far as she knew, ranged anywhere from 20 to 40 years in age, and these acts were supposedly meant to cleanse their spirit.
It's a cult.
Igor Danilov, being the group's prophet,
heard this story before.
To coerce them into participating, and if they refused, resisted, or told anyone about what was happening behind closed doors, then he would convince them that their soul is all but damned to hell. You're either with us and remain silent, or are against us and are siding with Satan, he would claim. An unthinkable form of psychological manipulation that has kept women silent, obedient, and entangled in Danilov's web for years.
Конечно, это постоянно девушек держит в страхе. То есть я говорю, это не в открытую происходит, но это постоянно фоном, да, проходит сквозь все беседы, сквозь все встречи, что или ты с нами, или ты попадаешь в ад и будешь вечно расплачиваться и страдать.
Didn't John Jones do the same shit? Or Jim Jones? Not the UFC fighter. Whoops.
As details about Danilov's actions trickled out over the years, investigations into Allatra began to ramp up. In 2023, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church allegedly became so concerned about this group that they labeled them a psycho cult, while simultaneously Russia also declared their activities undesirable. Their controversial beliefs, psychological manipulation and coercion, and worshipping their leader as if he was some kind of messiah were starting to cause concern. And with the member base growing day by day, Allatra was rapidly morphing from the appearance of an innocent climate-focused organization into a legitimate global threat. In August of that year, Ukrainian forces organized a series of raids on the homes of Allatra's key members. They scoured Ukraine from top to bottom and followed every lead they had, no matter how insignificant. More than 20 cells were broken up, yet surprisingly,
it's such a weird logo.
Was nowhere to be seen.
Of course.
While the case, though, they weren't entirely empty-handed, as what they found instead was so unexpected, so completely out of left field, that it turns this entire movement on its head. Inside one of their compounds, Ukrainian authorities uncovered an array of weapons.
Like, look at that fucking symbol.
And a myriad of blurred red objects.
What are the red objects?
Interesting. Well, good thing there's a video. So let's see.
What were the red objects?
Imagine
I'm scared.
being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life.
What was it? Go back. Like, it looks like a smiley face. One sec. Hold. What the fuck is that? Is that MAGA? Oh, it's a Trump hat. Fucking serious? They blurred the Trump hat?
All throughout this compound are not only shrines dedicated to Vladimir Putin,
but
Trump hats everywhere.
Oh.
This is why they're creating account after account, specializing in nearly every country in the world to spread their message. This is why they're paying Aegon Shellakian to cozy up to any major governmental figure he can. This is why they've spread to California and have launched a trendy new YouTube channel for a fresh American audience. These people will not stop their efforts until they land someone inside the White House.
Is that a real fucking ad?
And you wouldn't believe
in Times Square?
But they're well on their way there.
I am running for president of the United States of America to give power back to the people and build a creative society worldwide.
Oh fuck.
It turns out that former football coach and presidential candidate Robbie Wells has been associated with Allatra in the Creative Society since 2019, running for office, circulating the same rhetoric about a universal basic income, using every social media account to deliver pro-Allatra, pro-Putin conspiracies to his followers. Pastor Mark Burns, the man who just helped erect the golden statue of Trump, also has video after video spanning every one of his socials, supporting Allatra's cause. And most insane of all, even the Pope has given Allatra his blessing, something they make absolutely sure to boast about on their website. These activities, these attempts at gaining access to major governments across the world are happening right under our nose, and no one, besides a handful of people dedicated to following Aegon's trail, are talking about any of this.
Ahoj přátelé, vítám vás z Afriky. Je to tady naprosto fantastický. Zrovna jsem přišel do vesnice. Hello, Klára! Tohle je jedna z mých hlavních pomocnic.
Allow me to introduce you to Jakob Jol, a journalist, YouTuber, and qualified expert in cults, dedicating his life's work to exposing them and the plethora of sophisticated techniques they use to manipulate their followers. He's also a humanitarian, having spent numerous years volunteering in Africa, traveling to communities like the town of Moshi, Tanzania, where he helped to provide education and support to people in less privileged situations than his own. Or at least, that's what he says he does.
Oh my god. I was like, hey, this guy's pretty good. Oh my god.
Scattered across YouTube are numerous near-identical documentaries that provide a much more sinister look into Jakob's supposed activities in Tanzania. Satanist in Africa. From charity to child abuse. The victims told the truth. Why is Jakob Jol still free? These productions span hours and appear to be entirely legitimate documentaries.
Okay,
They're
are they
presented by
fake?
verifiable hosts who have taken to the streets of Moshi to interview locals who'd like to expose the truth. That Jakob Jarl is a liar, a deviant, and that he secretly and covertly conducted an undercover operation to abuse and brainwash children in Africa. This case is so disturbing, so repulsive, that all over TikTok to this day are hundreds upon hundreds of videos spreading the word about this monster that has seemingly been hiding under the radar for years.
This horrible human being who abused kids in Tanzania. His name is Jakob Jarl. He is from Czech Republic. He came to Tanzania.
It's weird that they're spamming
Just take a look what
if
this
it is this called.
Jakob Jarl, who raped African kids, is saying.
Jakob Jarl raised thousands of euros, claiming it was to help children in Tanzania, and then he used this money to brutally abuse them.
That fucking comment killed me.
This account, Ollie Climate Girl, is one of hundreds spreading the Jakob Jarl story. Which is fine. It's good to get the word out. The part that isn't fine, though, is that this very account has already shown up in this video.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God. So why are they going after this dude?
Jakob Jarl never did any of this. The documentaries, completely fabricated. The endless support of them, entirely manufactured. Every bit of information we've learned about Jakob up to this point has been nothing but what Allatra wants us to know about him. Because just a few years ago, Jakob did something to absolutely enrage them.
Well, he's a cult hunter, right? They're a cult.
In 2023, Jakob Jarl was one of a number of Czech journalists working to expose Allatra's activities. Turns out that he was instrumental in locating one of Igor Danilov's hideouts. And because of his meddling, he's now facing a coordinated smear campaign, essentially painting him as the devil. Unfortunately, it's difficult to parse who exactly is connected to Allatra and who isn't when it comes to their comment sections. They've amassed hundreds of them across their various uploads, and the overall sentiment ranges from unapologetic support to cautious skepticism. From what it seems, this massive psyop they're pushing is working in some capacity, as it's even caused the Czech government themselves to step in and investigate Jakob for these claims. It took years before he was exonerated, and while today he's thankful for it, the mental toll it took on him, combined with the internet's collective outrage about him doing things he never would have even imagined doing, all of it had unfortunately put him in an extremely dark place.
God damn it.
Hello, this is Pastor Mark Burns, spiritual advisor to President Donald Trump, and I want to tell you, I'm here in the Tanzania embassy right now. Just had a wonderful, productive meeting. Jacob is not going to get away with the evil and the atrocities that has been done to these children. So let's continue to pray. Let's continue to fight.
I'm confused.
Let's continue to tell the world that justice is coming. Jacob, you won't get away with this.
What?
To this day, if you look up Jakob Jarl on any search engine or social media platform, you'll
They
find
just
video
flood it.
after video painting him out to be a monster. It is
And they're
an
still
absolute
doing it.
travesty, and that's exactly how Allatra wants it.
See, this call has to have money. Like a lot of money to produce
It's
stuff like
interesting. I
that.
don't know if you know, but this summer holidays, Allatra is again visiting Tanzania. They're going there with like 20 volunteers for 2 weeks. And you know why they do it? Because the children we were helping, they discovered all their orphanages, and now they're getting into the orphanages. Of course, when they give those people money, you know, of course they will take it and they will be happy. So now they're going there and visiting those children we cared for years. and they are visiting them, and they will try turning them into this Allatra member in the future. You know, they have like this whole campaign, and that's the real torture thing,
right.
you know, because they can't hurt me with lies when I know it's a lie, you know, but they can hurt me with those children we helped them medically, we put them in school, and now they go there, you know, now they made all those people crazy, you know, they're spreading those things, so I can't visit Tanzania anymore. So I can never visit them again, the children, nor any of the volunteers. We like traveled there with a bunch of people for years. We cared for all of them. No one can visit them anymore, and all of those children are getting indoctrinated into Allatra code now.
Now that you're saying that, I had never considered that as one of the negative effects that Allatra has had on people. That, I will say, is probably one of the most grim out of everything, and I never knew that, so thank you for bringing that up, because I want more people to know about this.
Yeah, so that's like the real thing that's hurting me. That's the only thing I can't like be laughing about. But the other things that okay, so they will kill me somewhere, you know, that's like something I can laugh about, because I don't care so much anymore when I know that it's much more important to fight against them. But this is something that hurts me, and I also feel guilty, because if I would not visit those children and would not investigate cults, they would not be indoctrinated by this crazy cult that's now targeting them.
That's wild.
At the end of all of this, I'm simply left feeling shocked. Shocked at the fact that something so random, so minuscule, a simple live stream by Destiny and a Reddit post to accompany it, could morph into something so far from where we started. This entire time, Aegon Shellakian has been nothing but a cog in a much greater machine. A fraud in so many aspects of his life. Allatra to this day is operating around the world and is doing everything they can to entangle themselves in world governments to further their cause. Like with Robbie Wells and Mark Burns, their strategies have been undeniably effective. However, I believe that shining a spotlight on groups like this can truly help prevent them from weaseling their way into where they don't belong. What they've unleashed upon Jakob Jarl and the handful of other journalists that have exposed them is cruel and inhumane, and it reveals to me just how effective the internet can be at swaying public opinion. If you had never watched this video and had randomly stumbled upon Jakob's story, I wouldn't fault you for believing everything that Allatra has been peddling. I wouldn't fault you for believing their climate disaster reports, considering the changes our planet's seen in the past few decades.
I still don't understand the climate change angle.
Given the seemingly endless images and videos depicting them with powerful figures.
Or like, it's crazy that these people, like these
remains at large. His
politicians and this reverend
capacities that I still don't fully understand. Who knows how many women are still under his grasp, worshipping him as something he isn't, coerced into satisfying him whenever he demands it, and being tormented into an agonizing silence. I can only hope that someday they wake up and realize how fraudulent everything about Allatra truly is.
Oh. I wonder. Weird. Why would they scrub? Does that mean all those fake accounts are being scrubbed at the same time? I want to know why they're scrubbing their online presence all of a sudden. What would have caused that? Because this video wasn't out, right? Because this video just came out. Oh, I broke it. YouTube?